and the Tigers have had quite a season under coach Deion Sanders. Primetime, led by quarterback Shedeur Sanders, his son. JSU is 7-0 for the second time in the last 60 years. How cool he gets to coach his son. Good for him. Yeah. There he is. We welcome in Desmond Howard live from Jackson State. Des, good morning or good afternoon. Thank you so much for being with us. Talk to me about the significance of game day being there at Jackson State to cover this game.
Well, Molly, you know, it's big. It's so huge. I came in early to interview Coach Prime, and I got a chance to walk around the city and, you know, just talk to people in the community. And there's just a strong sense of gratification. Like, people are happy that game day's here, but there's such gratitude that we're here shining a light on their community, their city, and not just their team in this football program. And people love what Deion has been able to bring to Jackson State, to HBCU in general. You know, he's been able to bring Procter & Gamble, Walmart, Pepsi, and just a lot of attention, a national spotlight. So it's very big that we're here this weekend. I couldn't be happier.
Well, first of all, let me give a special thank you to you and the whole game day crew as a graduate of an HBCU at Winston-Salem State. The fact of the matter is elite athletes like yourself who went to predominantly white institutions that were big time, like Michigan, the effort that y'all put forth to reaching back and understanding the importance of HBCUs and elevating that profile, I can't thank y'all enough for what y'all doing. I really, really appreciate it, and especially from you. Let me ask you this question. When you look at the talent coming out of HBCUs, the kind of conversations that they're having now, could you, in short, just encapsulate it for us what the conversations are like now about HBCU football players compared to what it was a decade ago or beyond?
That's a great question, Stephen A. That's something that I've noticed this has really taken off lately. And you see scouts who are coming to HBCUs now. Deion always posts pictures or videos of different scouts from NFL teams who are at his practices. But not only are they at, you know, his Jackson State practices, there are other practices too. And this is something that's been a point of emphasis when I talk to general managers too, that now people are really starting to pay attention. And one more thing, I'm glad that you mentioned that, Stephen A., because I told the players at Jackson State, game day is not here as some sort of charity. Like, you guys, make sure you understand you have earned this opportunity and you deserve this opportunity. We're here because of the way you guys play. You're undefeated, you're 7-0, you have a big game tomorrow against Southern, and we understand that, we acknowledge that, and we love that. We love all football. So, you know, it's a great thing that we're here, but we're here because Coach Prime, his staff, and his team, those young men, they've earned the opportunity to host College Game Day.
Absolutely. And I want to stay there because Deion Sanders, 20-5 in his tenure at Jackson State, and the program seems to just keep getting better and better, as you alluded to, which has led to a lot of speculation that a Power 5 coaching position could be in his future. Des, I know you asked Deion about this. Let's take a listen.
If the phone rang before this mission was complete, if it was a call from the NFL or the Power 5.
I'm not going to the NFL.
So
by no means.
Only one you would answer would be the Power 5.
I would entertain.
Okay.
Yeah. I have to. Going to the Power 5 don't change my lifestyle.
Right.
But guess what? It changes my coaches. I'm a moment kind of guy. I'm going to dominate this moment, man.
Understood.
Yeah, then I move on to the next moment. But right now, I'm going to dominate this thing.
All right, Des, what do you think? Should Deion take a Power 5 job if he's offered?
Well, he would be foolish not to entertain it because of who he is and what he brings to the table. And I think what was telling in that interview is that he said that he would not even answer the call. I said, if the call was the NFL or the call was a Power 5, which call would you take? And if you're going for the bag, you go for the NFL. But if you're really going for what his mission is to continue to help these young men, you know, not only dominate football games, but he wants to teach them how to dominate life, then that's when you would answer the Power 5 call because that's going to give you that opportunity.
Absolutely. I completely agree. And people keep forgetting that he loved coaching prep football. He loved coaching high school football. You know what? And by the way,
Yeah, exactly.
I've been on the record about this, Des, just in case you didn't hear me say this on numerous occasions. Florida State looked like absolute fools for passing up on hiring him. They should have hired him. Florida State might be better off if they had him. No disrespect to anybody there. But the bottom line is they should have had him. Let me move on to some other stuff, because I got some other stuff on my mind. I mean, damn, Alabama
Okay,
ain't in the top 4. I'm concerned about Alabama. I know everybody been talking about Georgia. After I saw this kid Hooker at Tennessee balling the way that he did, and they did, how big of a threat is Tennessee to knocking off Georgia eventually and ultimately carrying themselves to a national championship?
Tennessee is a huge threat. I don't see how people don't understand how big of a threat Hendon Hooker and the Tennessee Volunteers are to Georgia. I mean, I've seen them twice live and in person. I saw him against the Florida Gators, and he was impressive. But then, Stephen A., I sat there and watched this man field level against Alabama. And it was just such a brilliant performance, not just by Hendon Hooker, but by Bryce Young, too. But Hendon Hooker took his game, and he took that offense and that team to another level. They just would not quit. They would not die. It was back and forth, and I was so impressed. And now what he does, Stephen A., is he puts a tremendous amount of pressure on your offense, meaning the opponent's offense, to score at a clip that they're not used to. So you're telling me he has to go, Stetson Bennett is going to have to go toe-to-toe with Hendon Hooker, who I think right now is a favorite to win the Heisman.
That's where I was going.
That type of pressure on your offense. He
That's
puts that
where
type
I was
of pressure
going.
on offense, and I don't see if they can handle it.
Is he the favorite? I got him right now. Possibly is the favorite. I mean, I got to think about. I don't watch college football like you do all the time. You know, I'm watching Alabama all day, every day. But now they got me watching Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
Is he the favorite to win the Heisman right now?
Right now, he's the favorite to win the Heisman based on his performances, especially in tough games. It's not only just what you do, it's also who you do it against.
That's right. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.